dates just a minute ago that, yep, that very first Republican meeting was a much smaller group of folks, but how great it is to look out here and see like-minded individuals. Vicki and I are proud to be here tonight, having an opportunity to be out of Washington, D.C. Steve certainly understands to get out of the U.S. capital city among real people like we've got here tonight. It's a pleasure for us. And I'm glad you explained to me that says no Obama, because as a Florida Gator, I thought it really said no Bama. And but without question, as Bob has already said, this is not maybe, this is the most important election that any of us have ever seen in our entire lives. When did you think that a country would come to the point where people would actually march in the streets, not because they wanted to do something good for their country, not because they believed in what the Founding Fathers wanted us to all believe in, but they want to march in the streets because they're afraid something that they get from Washington is going to be taken away from them? For some reason, the last 3.5 years, this administration has instilled in a certain population in this country the fact that, of course, we're all equal. We are all equal. We are given equal opportunity to succeed. But there are individuals now who truly believe that it is the government's responsibility to give them something and to keep giving and keep giving and keep giving. And thank goodness we are part of a party that believes in not only the ability to make decisions ourselves, but the ability that if somebody needs help, we don't mind helping them up, helping them move on, but we don't believe in the things that this president has subscribed to. And so in this election, you've got Obama-Biden versus Romney-Ryan. And let me tell you, I know Paul Ryan very, very well. This is the perfect person that Mitt Romney needs on the ticket with him at this particular time, because, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know it, we're broke. We really are broke. And even in the fiscal constraints that we find ourselves in today, the president continues to want to spend more and more and more. They just did it again today or yesterday, where another several $100 million they're going to sprinkle around to the states for transportation projects. And the people who are going to take that money are the very people that are in the dire financial straits today because they don't make the tough decisions that need to be made. Decisions like our own Governor Rick Scott is making today. No, his numbers aren't that good. Why? Because he's making the tough decisions in Tallahassee that he has to make in order to keep the state's fiscal footing sound. We are at that point in Washington. For a long time, we have not lived within a balanced budget. Even though our Republican Congress balanced the budget back in the 90s, our debt continued to increase. It continues to increase today to where we are approaching $16 trillion. We've got to stop spending the money. And so the debate that we're going to see is going to move away from the things like Mitt Romney's tax returns, Mitt Romney having a dog on top of his car, Mitt Romney doing this, Mitt Romney. No, it's going to be focused on things like our economy and jobs, Medicare and Social Security. And of course the Democrats are going to demagogue. I mean, just ask Jeb Bush what happened to him the first time he ran for governor. Lawton Childs made phone calls in the waning hours and told folks that if Jeb Bush was elected governor of the state of Florida, that he was going to take their Social Security away. It didn't matter that it was a bald-faced lie that the governor of the state of Florida can't do anything with your Social Security. And that's what you see this administration doing now. They're going to continue to tell half-truths and lies right through the rest of the election. So I want to tell you, it has been an honor to represent the entire county for the last, really 11 years, because I did come in a special election in 2001, right after September 11th. I will still have a piece, albeit a very small piece, over on the extreme west side. But you will be represented by someone who has distinguished himself very quickly in Washington. Somebody who believes like you believe right here in Holmes County. God, family, country, people making decisions on their own, people doing the things that our founding fathers wanted us to do, that understands that there are fiscal problems in this country that can no longer be ignored. And so as he and I shift some geographic areas, we have made this promise to each other that we will continue, even though we may not actually represent this area on the map, that we will assist. And together we will help represent Holmes County in a way that we hope will make you proud. And I wish he was as conservative as I am with his votes. He's pretty close. He's pretty close. He's a good man. And can I introduce him, or do you want to introduce him? I'll tell you what. For an undertaker, he ain't bad. I did not know Steve Sutherland 2 years ago, but I had a great friend of mine call me and said, you need to come meet this guy because he's going to be the next congressman from the 2nd District. I had already decided in my mind that I would help whoever that person was get elected in any way that I possibly could. And Steve Sutherland has been true to his word, and you now, as Bob has already said, you have the 1st and the 2nd congressional members representing Holmes County. I want to introduce to you the guy that's going to be your next congressman in eastern Holmes County, Steve Sutherland.